right. Does anybody know how many countries there are in the world today? Well, if you didn't know, according to the U.S. Department of State, there are 194 official countries in the world today. Today, I'm going to tell you about one of them, Turkmenistan. Does anybody know where Turkmenistan is located? For those of you who don't know, I'll show you on the map in a second. It's a country in Central Asia. It's an up-and-coming and developing country that people should be more informed about. Today I'm going to tell you about Turkmenistan, where it's located, as I told you, its brief history, and where it is today. So let me show you where Turkmenistan is located, as I promised. Here's a map here of Central Asia. As you can see, Turkmenistan is in red here. North of Iran and Afghanistan, there's Iraq right here. So it's a key strategic area for the U.S. Turkmenistan's allies with the U.S. Because Iran, Afghanistan, and Iraq are countries of interest. So we should be more aware of that. As you can see here, Turkmenistan on the west has the Caspian Sea, large body of water there. On the south, it doesn't show it on this map, but there's mountains. And then on the east, there's a river. The river is right around here. So basically, Turkmenistan is the size of California, something we can relate to in America. It's about the size of California, and it's actually typically similar to California because it has the sea, just like the California, has lots of bodies of water, rivers, mountains, and Turkmenistan also has one of the world's largest deserts. California has the Mojave. All this information is according to infoplease.com. So now that we know where Turkmenistan is located, Central Asia, south of Russia, Iran, Afghanistan, we're going to talk about the history of Turkmenistan. According to the Turkmen embassy, Alexander the Great ruled the earlier Turkmenistan area around 4th century BC. It was part of the Alexander the Great's empire. Since then, nomads wandered around Turkmenistan until about the 13th century. Genghis Khan and the Mongols took over the Turkmen area, and Mongolia is around here, south of China. So the Mongols took over, and then after that, Turkmenistan again became nomadic, and 1917, the Russians, with Vladimir Lenin and the Bolshevik movement, settled Turkmenistan and made Turkmenistan one of the 15 Soviet states. In 1991, as we all know, the Soviet Union collapsed, and since then, Turkmenistan became its own independent nation. Which brings me to my next point, Turkmenistan today. According to Turkmen sources, Turkmenistan is a democratic nation. But according to the CIA fact book, they're actually under communist, authoritarian rule, which is a dictatorship. President of Turkmenistan is this guy named Saparmurat Niyazov. He was the first president of Turkmenistan. He voted himself in as a lifetime president, and they had a vote. And according to BBC News, he won 99% of the majority vote. Now, I never heard of anybody winning 99% of anything that this guy did. So he got 99% of the vote. He was real crazy. He was obsessed with himself. So he put pictures of himself everywhere. Sculptures, TV, anywhere you could identify Turkmenistan, you have to see his face into it. And I have a couple of things here, which I'll pass around later. But there's the money, Turkmen money. He has his face on here. This is just a regular magazine I found. His face is on the cover. And this is a different magazine, has some kids, but he mentioned his face somewhere in the magazine. So basically, he was obsessed with himself. In 2006, Mr. Niyazov died, and a new guy came in, Gurbanguly Berdimuhamedov. Basically, he did the same thing that the other guy did. But the key industries of Turkmenistan, why it's important to us, is it has one of the world's largest suppliers of oil and natural gas. So it's really important to the U.S. because natural resources, and we're close to Afghanistan and Iran. So the Turkmenistan is close there, so they need, it's a key interest to the U.S. Even though it's a dictatorship, and we as the U.S. denounce dictators because of the location and the resources, they're kind of allies with them. So now that I gave you a brief description of Turkmenistan, showed you where it was, talked about the resources, the key industries. I would like you guys to meet a real Turkmen person. Oh wait, it's me. Thank you.